Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera. Selamat berjumpa kembali dalam Podcast Lagenda Zelda. Hope you guys are doing well. I think we are episode of number 40 if I'm not mistaken. So far, Alhamdulillah, doing good. And of course, kita punya panel. Seorang pakar kata, which is akan relate pada topik hari ni lah.
Yeah.
From dev side kan. So we're gonna talk a bit about our topic today. A little bit, not to say a short session, but tak nak ambil banyak masa sangat lah. Just nak go through like a quick detail on this because we're talking about satu topik yang hangat. Tapi sebelum tu, biasa perkenalkan panel saya. Adri, apa khabar Adri?
Baik, Assalamualaikum. Glad to be back.
Alhamdulillah. It's a morning session kali ni. Okay tak semua?
Okay. Baru hantar anak, so
Okay.
I'm good to get ready to go to work.
Alright, nice. Okay, of course, tak nak buang masa sangat banyak. How's it going? How what are you up to baru-baru ni? I mean, are you still excited for Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth?
Of course, dah pre-order dah download, dah preload.
Nice.
Tunggu 12 tengah malam lah.
Okay,
I bought digital lah, so dia tengah malam. I don't know, you beli apa? You beli physical
I nak go for physical. Aduh, sekarang ni maybe today I nak pergi serbu one or two shop nak kata
go try
under table dealing kan. Hopefully can
under table.
But yeah, of course.
Kalau you baik-baik dengan orang, orang tu okay lah kot.
Itulah mesti boleh ada chance kan. Anyway,
boleh.
I think Final 7 has been dalam kita punya perbualan banyak with a lot of things going on kind of stuff. But of course, today's main topic is we not talk about a bit of legal stuff, I guess, on whatever that's going on with of course Nintendo, dan not necessarily Nintendo lah. I mean, we're talking about game dev as a whole.
In general lah.
Yeah, in general kan. So today kita dengar satu berita terbaru about Nintendo nak saman Yuzu kan, I think Yuzu ni is just a bit about Yuzu lah. Yuzu ni is a free and open source emulator specifically for Nintendo Switch. I'm not sure whether they're doing it for other console as well, but tapi from what I said is for Nintendo Switch. So diorang ni kira homebrew lah. Panggil homebrew lah ni. I don't know how do you say this lah.
Yeah, homebrew. Boleh lah kata homebrew.
So boleh lah kata homebrew. Kan. Homebrew software. Diorang somehow boleh play Nintendo punya Switch punya apa ni? Software. Their app.
They hack
it lah basically. So in a way specifically to this topic untuk Zelda, baru-baru ni again macam cakap Nintendo nak saman this Yuzu because of a leak that happened for one of their biggest game last year, Justice of the Kingdom. Apparently 1 million, I don't know how they pull out this figure ni, 1 million software kan were identified as being leaked, and then Yuzu somehow is in the loop lah. Walaupun macam pelik sikit, tapi because kalau technically kita nak talk about that leakage is about macam mana boleh leak kan, betul kan? How did it got leaked kan? But then Nintendo is channeling this to Yuzu instead kan, cakap Yuzu telah melibatkan apparently those 1000 software unit yang leak was playable on homebrew software lah kan, which supposedly Nintendo kan nak cakap that 1 million supposedly go to Tears of the Kingdom punya sales lah kan. So something like, betul kan? That's what's going on kan. I mean that's the idea.
I don't know. Yeah, macam you cakap lah, I don't know dia dapat numbers tu dari mana. I think ada lah dia punya, maybe dia ada player online punya stats, and then dia macam tengok asal 1 million lebih ni padahal kita sell this much. I think maybe that's why they would assume macam tu kot. I don't know. Analyst dia probably ada better explanation, but we just assume
some security analyst yang boleh pull out that figure lah kan. But again, I think for me, kita ada rasa this impact a bit lah. Again, going back to a general idea of gaming punya ni kan industry, right? Because Tears of the Kingdom got leaked like a week plus 2 weeks before the game punya release date kan, and then when that
Oh
happened,
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of those leakage jadi dekat this emulator. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, after a week of the leakage, people are playing the game on Yuzu with macam higher res ke kind of stuff. Because
Yeah.
you can kan. And so in a way, that 1 million sales that 1 million sales unit that happened was before the release date, and then I just think
Or
I'm
maybe
listening.
that's how. Maybe that's how lah kot.
Kan, dia ada some
Yeah, yeah.
reason lah. Of course lah, macam saya cakap tadi, sepatutnya the issue is macam mana boleh leak kan in the first place. Tapi maybe Nintendo, biasalah Nintendo, they are very popular with court cases kan, court cases kan. Dia nak channel this one. Okay, memang betul game dia dah leak, tapi kalau dia leak physical leak on Nintendo Switch console ke, mungkin diorang akan okay sikit. But apparently the leak that happened somehow is triggered by the Yuzu punya app ni lah kan. Some players boleh main dekat Yuzu app ni kan. And then in a way they nak find a way on how they can profit this lah. I mean, I know I'm not to say that this is salah, because in the end bila leakage tu jadi, that's memang dia akan affect that sales, and when that sales affect, apparently dia akan affect the cost lah, which is in the cost ialah developer punya cost lah kan, betul kan? Something like that kan. So
Yeah.
I want to get your view on this lah, Adri. So what's your take on this? Yuzu ni, is it the right channel for them to get the blame, ataupun if they're right, from a dev kind of perspective, do you think this is something that acceptable atau tak acceptable, and where dev takes on this lah?
Death take definitely tak acceptable lah. It's like because it's our
Kiri
source
lah.
of income, and yeah, it's like basically stealing and you're playing it for free. Padahal a lot of people involved there, but bekerja keras semua,
Betul.
bertungkus lumus, sacrifice the blood, sweat, tears, apa, just to make this game. It's like kita punya own creation, our own baby kan. And then tiba-tiba this person dapat main for free sebab without giving us in return our vindication or how it's kita pay repayment back lah for giving you this entertainment. At least an equivalent exchange should have lah. So yeah. So in a dev viewpoint,
okay.
Yeah, in the dev viewpoint, is definitely like sedih lah if we found out that our games tiba-tiba pirated without acquiring it legally. Just to put it simply.
Well, technically, emulator is okay kan? I mean, emulator homebrew kind of thing is okay, but
yeah. In a way, when it comes to game dev, kita banyak guna emulation juga. Like if that game is PS5 exclusive or whatever kan, kita still guna PC to code, to model, and then to run the editor. So yeah, emulation in general, if kalau guna betul-betul, emulation in general, kita banyak guna lah. Like in Unreal, in Unity, we need to emulate the build, to run the build in the editor dulu, so we can like export it out to console, any console lah nak buat mana-mana. So yeah, emulation is still okay. It's just how you use it to.
I think one of the biggest reason why emulator is okay is game orang kata ada some game kita panggil apa, preservance, preservation kan, meaning in a way ada some game yang there will be no way for you to be able to play it anymore unless you play it on emulator kan, because in a way kan, and then of course if you own the game, it's your right on how do you wanna use that thing that you have purchased kan. Of course you tak patut share lah, tak patut make it available to everyone. Meaning you dah kan, you ada, kalau tiba-tiba you nak nak tukar cara you main, mungkin instead of playing on your Switch punya console, you nak main on PS5 ke, so that you can get the full kata fledged experience in terms of your personal taste lah kan. I mean, I think in that kind of context, I faham. I think there is a law yang allow that, if I'm not mistaken lah. I think it happens too many time, yang menyebabkan susah nak challenge that law lah kan. I mean, in the end you purchase that game kan, you nak buat dengan apa you punya barang is your call lah kan. It's just that as long as you tak promote those piracy kan, then that's the issue lah. But then with this kind of context kan, I assume kan apa jadi, again this I'm assuming the physical copy got leaked, betul? I mean usually game diorang akan start ship diorang punya ni mungkin a month or 2-3 weeks before the embargo date kan, betul lah kan? Not embargo date lah, the sale, the purchase date lah kan, betul lah kan? I don't know lah, so mungkin dia leak, physical copy tu dah leak, and then someone extract that physical copy punya ni and then start to spread it out, and then everyone was able to use it at Yuzu lah. Kalau tak ada Yuzu, mungkin dia punya motivation untuk hack or leak those software rendah lah sikit agaknya kot. Betul tak? Ada banyak ke app yang boleh main game Switch? I mean, Switch being a low end tier of performance requirement, I would assume ada banyak kan, betul tak kan? Ke I don't know.
Well, I don't follow lah yang Indonesian news or apa nama apa. So, but if it's kalau tak ada Yuzu pun, I'm sure ada another different
banyak lagi kan.
Person will take over. Yeah, banyak. The possibility. Maybe another universe bukan nama Yuzu, maybe nama Juice, Yuzu, or Dolphin EX. Dolphin yang boleh
Dolphin.
run
I remember
games
Dolphin.
kan.
Betul. I remember Dolphin because last time masa it was very difficult for us to get games macam GameCube games kat Malaysia lah.
GameCube kan.
Malaysia kan.
Yeah.
There's no other way
kan.
I mean, I would say Malaysia bukanlah kata baru, tapi back then maybe 2000, back in 2000 kan, susah nak dapat aside from Sony. Even Sony pun was very new kan back then kan. I mean, you're talking about games. Yes, especially. So I remember using Dolphin lah, but of course lah, I don't generate any income lah, which I think gonna be my next point. Does Yuzu get any profit ke bila dia buat macam ni Ke, I mean,
I think some people donate kot. I think dia macam
okay, open source punya
open source, or people just donate like, okay, I want, maybe orang yang like, I want to run my Switch games better, Yuzu can do that, here's money, please improve the development ke macam tu.
So
or
there's a financial
kan, that's how they get income.
There's a financial kind of exposure to this one lah kan. Maknanya yalah, kalau macam tu in a way, just kalau an ideal world lah. So kalau Yuzu cakap okay, I akan bagi players main on Yuzu, tapi I akan bagi some portion of my money to Nintendo. I think maybe Nintendo can be happy about that lah kan. I don't know, I'm just guessing. Of course, this is an ideal world. Nintendo not going to be happy with that also lah. Cuma kalau dia bagi sedikit, knowing Nintendo kan. So tapi maknanya ada some untung lah yang Yuzu ni dapat, yang menyebabkan Nintendo rasa this is a very good point for them to kan, not to say that 1 million is a small amount, tapi with the success of Tears of the Kingdom, I think in a way bila Nintendo see this as an opportunity, I'm looking, this is my view lah. I rasa Nintendo look this as an opportunity je, bukan something that bukan something yang macam tercalar dia punya kata credibility. Just this is ada opportunity and let's pin this guy down kan, something like that. Because they've been doing that a lot. I'm just gonna share a bit lah dia orang punya history, which is nice lah. Tengok dia orang punya cases with the court case. I think before this dia orang ada issue with pre-orders cancellation. I don't know whether you've heard about this. So I think
Nintendo kena juga
Nintendo, and then dia kalah court case ni. Dia kalah court case. So apparently someone cancel
Really? I didn't
pre-order.
hear that one.
Someone cancel pre-order. So
Uh-huh.
Nintendo nak saman that pre-order punya cancellation punya concept lah kan, something like that. But then
Uh-huh.
again, Nintendo lost the case lah kan.
I mean, yeah, I know lah. I mean, it's
Uh,
obvious why they lost. It's the
uh,
customer choice.
Yelah, customer macam I think masa that case jadi tu, the idea is that you dah incur that I think forecast punya paper lah kan, dan bila you cancel, disrupt your forecast, and then when disrupt they need to justify it to the board of directors kind of thing. But then they were again,
Yeah.
I'm looking at, they are very opportunistic on this kind of thing, so they nak find a way to make this as a profit juga lah. So I think that's why they challenge that. And then I think before, way before that, they orang pernah challenge on game rental issue as well. I think this one is yeah, so they orang tak happy with Nintendo game go through that rental business kan. But I think that one makes sense because bila you go through game rental kan, you people can get the game without purchasing the game kan. And when that happen, people can enjoy the game kan. So that definitely gonna affect Nintendo punya sales lah kan, in a way. And then ada few very interesting cases juga lah. One of the recent one is the Joy-Con lawsuit lah kan. Itu if you're familiar with that.
That one I remember so well.
Very popular punya case kan. But I think that one Nintendo menang kot if I'm not mistaken. Because it's
they kalah. I think they lost lah.
They lost, is it? Maybe
I think they lost lah. Lepas tu dia
maybe lah. I
dia
thought
kena replace. Yeah.
Okay.
Dia kena bayar balik the person and replace back. I think. Tapi I remember lepas tu Nintendo buat service yang okay, kalau drag and drift we can replace it for free lepas tu.
Maybe lah. And then another one is ROM site tu. This one of the popular one lah, yang ROM site tu kan, bila you see a lot of website is sharing Nintendo old punya software ni kan. I think the MU Paradise, ROM Universe kan. So but this one is clear cut Nintendo akan menang lah because it's their product kan, and then this ROM site are getting some profit out of the clicks or whatever, something like that. So in a way,
yeah, I remember that. Dia kena bayar that person kena bayar berapa persen his salary, his life savings ke apa tu Nintendo.
Betul.
Lah kot.
Kan.
Teruk gila kot that one. Tapi again, you curi barang orang tu, I guess
I mean,
kind of deserves it lah.
From a consumer perspective, I think it's a good thing lah, because you're able to enjoy the entertainment without costing you any money kan, betul lah kan. Tapi let's take this in a realistic kind of way. I mean, devs, with whatever that's happening with devs environment sekarang ni kan. I mean, you heard the news about Sony kan baru-baru ni kan. They kicking off. Yeah. So I mean, they're doing all the hard work kat sini kan. They are really work their ass out of it. Sorry for the word, but then they bekerja bersungguh-sungguh for a bunch of their I think revenue, or maybe in a way their income kan, got basically dicuri lah ni kan. Orang kata kena curi lah kan, betul lah kan. So in a way, it really I would say a legally legally logic kind of way when Nintendo challenge this kind of thing. I mean, not Nintendo lah. You can see a lot of other big companies also. I mean, software development dev company doing this. Only not necessarily gaming. I mean, you see Microsoft, you see Apple, on how they really put a lot effort in making sure that their product are not being kena curi kan. I mean, those piracy. I mean, maybe 20 years ago benda ni susah nak dihalang, tapi nowadays it's gonna be very easy detectable kan, very easy. There's a lot of control that can happen. I mean, all those subscription kind of thing kan. So yeah, okay. With that, just nak check with you as well lah. What is your kata where do you predict this? Can Nintendo win this case ataupun is this gonna be a long, hard battle between these two?
So
Hmm.
I don't know, maybe dia akan refer balik to yang the previous one kita mention yang ROM hack site tu.
Mhm.
Like it's kind of macam the same concept. Like orang tu curi the Zelda game data and then distribute it for free. So rasa it might happen like that lah kot. And maybe the worst is the guy have to pay back the 1.1 million unit Zelda. So satu unit berapa? $60, $70.
$20 for
So
this
dia
one.
kena bayar.
Oh, I think I did a quick read about a bunch of forums lah kan, threads semua kan. A lot of people macam cakap susah Nintendo nak menang because again it goes back to my initial argument is that the issues patutnya kena tackle at the leak punya point kan, mana kenapa boleh leak, how does kan, rather than
That's
pinpoint
true.
this
Okay.
on Yuzu kan. But I think
Betul-betul.
a lot of people also just cakap lah, this is actually Nintendo just nak bagi nak make a statement out of this lah, saying I mean something, dia nak bagi signal jangan buat macam ni lah kan. I mean again macam cakap lah, I don't think the value is so significant for Nintendo lah kan, but they just nak share this out to tell those hackers, those leakers people, be careful lah kan, because we
Yeah.
gonna take this seriously lah kan. It's
Betul lah, betul. Make sense.
I think just a sign lah, what do you call, make a yelah macam a sign saying that jangan curi lah benda ni kan, and we
Yeah.
yeah, in a way we are kita ni nak tunjuk betapa hard work dev dah buat on this kind of work, takkan simply nak curi kan, I mean those kind of thing lah, just give a signal lah. So I personally I think it's gonna be very hard for Nintendo nak menang this case lah, because macam cakap lah, if there is any issue it's at the leakage point lah kan. But let's see how Nintendo gonna take this. But yeah,
for that, yang security issue tu, I think hal lain kot. That one probably Nintendo has to review internally sebab dia nak tahu macam how the heck this come out
betul.
from our super secure safe or server or whatever. Mesti tak. And then that person or maybe security leak tu probably yang if that person deliberately release the leak bagi kat orang ni atau release in some open server site or something, then yeah, dia akan kena terus lah. Tapi it could be like orang tu tak sengaja or something, or that person yang ambil the Zelda file tu probably pandai go through Nintendo punya defense. I don't know. Then that thing that is Nintendo way of
it's getting too common
have to
sekarang ni kan.
internally look inside lah.
It's getting too common kan.
It's getting too common, yeah. Nintendo sikit-sikit ada leak, ada.
I mean,
but I don't know. I don't know where all these hackers coming from. Like dia orang tak ada kerja lain nak attack Nintendo ke?
No, I don't think it's happening at Nintendo je. I mean, a lot of other. I mean, I think Final Fantasy pun.
Yeah, okay.
Sama gak kan.
Even this one, Insomniac tahun lepas tu.
Insomniac, that was pretty bad.
That was huge.
That was huge kan.
That was huge.
Until I believe sampai Sony have to re-strategize everything, restructure everything kan. I mean, they have to push back. I assume they did push back a lot for 2025 instead kan. In a way macam I don't know. I think this is gonna be something that is very reflective of how www is nowadays kan. I mean, internet is nowadays is so insecure.
Yeah, the internet, yeah, it keeps growing lah, and then security, you never know. You have to keep updating. Sikit-sikit left behind, yeah, you're screwed. Your security was screwed. So I don't know if Nintendo punya security team probably needs to overhaul a bit, or maybe they need to invest more on that.
Okay,
but we'll see.
Good point yang cakap. So you nak cakap sekarang ni, not only the leakage punya issue at the merchandising punya route, maknanya you nak hantar that game physically kan, but also how they protect diorang punya software dalam physical tu
Yes.
kan, so that it won't
because coming from my experience, my studio kan outsource studio, so we
Ah,
handle a lot of other projects from other companies. So
hmm.
to in hindsight, other companies yang share their project to us is technically we're like the security
Hmm.
uh apa security liability sebab we share
Tepati
this
kan?
thing yang tak announce lagi to third party kan. So when it comes to outsource company like us, we have to be like super secure with our server lah. Ni lah kena make sure our identity are top notch. So even if nak try hack all these outsource studios, probably very susah. A lot of them would claim like, oh, they're more secure than NASA or something. I don't know
Okay.
about that, but uh, that's how they wanna pitch to other companies lah. We're secure. Nobody gonna find a leak. Yeah,
Ya,
so
ya. Ya, untuk
that could be
base.
another reason. Both
Go ahead, sorry, go ahead.
sorry,
Another
there's
reason.
another reason why Sony or Nintendo keeps partnering or acquiring studios to apa ni? To join them to
Hmm.
be part of their
Agree.
circle
Ya.
or whatever, and so they can
Ekosistem
like
dia kan,
share the
betul-betul.
same security to
Hmm.
code. Yeah, and keep an eye on it lah because the trust that not only the trust tapi they kena make sure the security or the secrecy is still kept
Betul.
in place,
Betul.
that
I
kind of
think
thing.
I think both
Yeah.
at the software level and hardware level. I mean, Switch itself dah 7 years punya console. Of course, we do get those update uh, 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 pretty frequent from Nintendo kan. Just update dia punya uh, security. Of course, they don't share the details lah. Panggil apa? Dia punya common punya ayat tu apa? Uh, the update is for what?
Was that?
Kan Nintendo ada
Oh
bila
yeah, stability apa system
stability kan? Ya,
stability.
yeah, stability kan. So
Dia tak tulis security, dia tulis stability.
stability kan. But yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that is gonna be, well, not gonna be, I'm pretty sure itu adalah dekat mana cost punya channel juga lah. So in the end, kita as a consumer akan feel the heat at the cost level lah kan. That's why some games yang you see mungkin macam game ni betul ke, talking about $70 kan, $60 punya game kan. But then
Betul?
they do
Mhm.
put that security as a cost that they need to that's as a fixed cost that need to apply to those both software and hardware punya kan
Mhm.
route lah kan. So lagi banyak orang curi, in a way lagi banyak security akan di-apply kan, and then when lagi banyak security, lagi banyak cost akan fixed cost akan incur to a product lah kan, and then consumer in the end will get the hit lah. Not to say that $70 is not uh, reasonable enough, because I'm sure that $70 is actually comparison to how game punya sales punya price trend kan. I think RM70 tu macam agak murah lah. I mean, not to say that games are luxury, but then again, uh, Insomniac issue alone can tell us how much cost is involved in making a game kan. You're talking about kan, hundred millions of dollars kan, and then I think was it Spider-Man baru after 2-3 months baru berjaya uh, break even on the cost punya kan, something like that. So Spider-Man ke apa tak ingat lah. So,
Mhm.
I mean, we're talking about uh, uh, kata suatu aktiviti yang betul-betul banyak cost kan, and then you don't channel it properly. I mean, I think $70 is, of course, a lot of people gonna argue on this, but I think $70 is still reasonable punya cost that you need to bear for those kan software dev lah.
Yeah.
But
Depends on what content you're gonna get from $70.
hmm, so okay,
That kind of
good.
thing.
Mungkin boleh apa ni, terpesong sikit lah. $70
Okay.
do you see that this is gonna be a common punya figure for all games, or
Yeah.
you gonna
Yeah. I think I think so juga lah because game prices have been increasing over the years lah since PS3 lah and then masuk PS4.
hmm, hmm, hmm.
It's like dulu PS3 macam 150, 160 ke satu game. So senang lah nak beli or whatever that time.
Betul.
But then PS4 dah start 200 something, 220 or whatever.
PS5 300
So
kan.
yeah, 300 lah. So walaupun sakit hati, but it's the truth. It's a sad truth lah. Kena endure. Like our economy is not getting any better juga all around the world. So
Ya.
maybe I don't know, maybe inflation lah, ni lah, tu lah. So whether suka ke tak ke, kena lah bear with it. And it's up to you lah to how you manage your cash flow.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
I'm gonna be a bit on the dev side on this because I rasa a lot of the effort that they put into the software is like crazy. I mean, you see Spider-Man lah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest, Spider-Man looks amazing, kan? I mean, I'm pretty sure they put a lot effort into that, kan? And then Ratchet and Clank is I would say one of uh, the best punya game for Sony, kan? And you can see how many
Mm-hmm.
so much effort that they put into that. I think $70 is reasonable lah for how the market is working right now, kan. Of course, inflation kind of stuff, I think makes sense. And then of course, tengoklah dev sekarang ni dia macam di hujung tanduk je selalu nyawa orang ni, kan. Senang-senang je boleh kena tendang keluar, kan. And, I mean, it's a tough world out there lah, kan. So yeah, I think it's reasonable lah. Anyway, yeah, I think we've discussed pretty thorough on this. Let's see how Nintendo punya result lah. Again, I'm not having any daripada segi optimisnya tak terlalu tinggi lah. Maknanya I don't think so Nintendo boleh win this case lah. But then again, macam saya cakap, the point is they want to make a point lah. Itu dia punya main lah. Of course nak curi sikit lagi, mungkin Adri boleh blink ke switch to 2025.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But I
Nice
think
try. Nice
just a bit on that lah. I think
try.
maybe they're pushing this just for that software lah. I think software is gonna be one of the main factor of how you can launch a console, kan. So maybe that's why they're pushing this back. Of course, I'm still hoping for it to be this year. Tapi nampak gaya macam kebarangkalian tu agak rendah lah. With PS5 Pro pun coming in soon. I don't know. And Xbox pun. So well. Yeah. I don't want to drag this any further. So I think that's it for this session. Thank you very much, Adri. Your input
No worries. Thank you for having me.
sangat berharga, especially from a dev kind of perspective lah, kan. Of course, consumer we always nak yang terbaik lah, kan. But then at the security kind of level, dev they are rise bold kat situ, kan. Make sure I mean nowadays pencurian ni dah jadi dalam macam-macam cara, kan. So this is one of the thing that kita nak kena halang.
Yeah.
Both at the legal and the moral kind of value as well lah, kan. Tak kita curi, this is not something yang di apa ni orang kata tak pernah baik daripada mana-mana sudut lah. Bila you curi, it's never good. I mean, tak kisahlah nak jadi Robin Hood ke apa. It's never good. Kan? I mean, back then mungkin pasal kita susah nak dapat those game, ada logik lah, kan, benda tu jadi. Even then it's still wrong, but then nowadays I think it's accessible, kan. Everyone can get whatever game they want to get, kan. It's just that whether you want to put your effort on those things, kan. So yeah.
Betul.
Alright, thank you very much, Adri. Always appreciate.
Thank you, Reez, for having me.
Have a nice day ahead. Inshallah we'll catch up.
Yeah, you too.
Alright. Assalamualaikum.
The next one.
Reez checking out.
Waalaikumsalam.
Bye-bye.